sa kwento ko ng Miss Universe, but not many may know this, but long before I became Miss Universe, I was the girl who kept getting rejected. I kept getting overlooked, and I kept hearing the words no. And I kept feeling like I was never enough. Lalo na nung nag-uumpisa pa lang talaga ako. 3 tries sa Binibining Pilipinas, siguro naalala niyo pa yung kwento na yon. 3 times I stood on that stage and always unsure if this was the night that my dreams would come true. Na lahat ng mga sinasabi ko sa sarili ko, sa harap ng salamin, tuwing mag-isa lang ako, magkakatotoo kaya lahat yon. But I kept going kasi I believed in myself and I believed in my dream. And para sa akin, as long as you work hard for it, possible your dream can become a reality. And when that moment finally came, when I finally said the words, I'm confidently beautiful with a heart, I wasn't just speaking for myself. I was speaking for every Filipino who kept fighting no matter how many times they failed. I was raising the flag for every dreamer who dared to believe, even though all the odds looked like it was against them. I'm really proud of this campaign for the stories, the lineup. Kanina nung pinapakinggan ko yung mga speakers dito sa harap, sabi ko, I can't believe na makakasama ko sila. So maraming salamat. And aside from being a long-time member of the Jollibee family, this campaign celebrates not just triumphs and successes, but at the center of it, yung puso ng bawat Pinoy who pursues their dreams. And this is what it means when we say, Bida Puso ng Tagumpay.
What inspires you to keep going beyond? I mean, I also relate this question with Heidi Lin. Na-reach nyo na kasi yung ultimate, yung pinnacle How do you dream after that?
You know, that's a really good question because then, tama ka dun, ano nga bang gagawin mo na after? Like, especially with me, it took me 3 years, and then that was all my focus, and then, yes, Miss Universe for 1 year, and then you pass on the crown and you're like, who am I after this? Ano gagawin ko na after dito? May bago na. Ano gagawin ko sa buhay ko? I always thought about getting the crown, but I never thought about the day where I have to give it up and start over again. And honestly, that part is not easy. You really have to go back to the drawing board and then figure out, how do I make use of this new platform that I have? Like, what do I make out of this? And to me, I'm so grateful that I am able to continue doing what I love, but this time on a bigger scale. Like, with the advocacy work that I do, for example, I'm still very much active in it, and I'm glad I got to speak again because I actually forgot to mention that because of the experiences I've had, the connections and relationships that I've built over the years, I was able to put up a youth center in Taguig last March, using also some of the proceeds that we raised from selling my Miss Universe memorabilia during the last World AIDS Day Gala that we did last December. So, parang to me, I really want to see result. Parang for years, it was all about raising awareness on HIV. But then now I want to see
impact.
I want to see impact. I want to see result. I want to hear the stories. I want to see the faces. I want to meet them. I want to hold their hand. Like parang it's not enough about me anymore. You know, like I want real results. And so I keep challenging myself with that, and I'm so grateful that I don't do this alone, of course. I have like people that help me out, the people that help make all of this happen. I feel like I'm just a person who am able to put the puzzle pieces together. That's what keeps me going. Kasi I also thrive on feedback So when somebody comes up to me and they whisper in my ear, without cameras, that they're a person living with HIV or they're going through, kasi mental health, like, in-adapt ko na rin as my advocacy during the pandemic because I was actually also diagnosed myself during the year that I was Miss Universe. So, and then I started talking about it openly, and then I said, this is why I'm doing all of this. This is why all of this makes sense. Na I stand on stage, I keep working on my personal brand, I keep showing up. It's not just about my personal goals anymore. I want to help somebody reach their goals. If I can be a part of somebody else's success, then that means that I've done my job and I've paid it forward. And so that's what is really giving me a lot of energy right now. And so I hope that I get to continue doing that. That's what I've been saying from the beginning na my only wish is that I maintain this energy and then that I'm able to, give my 100% in everything that I do and all the lives that I wish to touch and to improve if I can.
What is your focus?
So my main advocacy is HIV and AIDS, and that's what I focused on in 2015. And then throughout the years, my mental health na rin, especially when I started speaking more openly about the struggles that I faced during the year I was Miss Universe, I was very good at hiding that. Hindi nyo nahalata, di ba? I was going through a lot at that time. But it was also, success is also a very lonely feeling. That feeling na achievement, when you're back in your room and you got the crown, the medal, or the trophy, you're on your own again and you think, okay, what do I do with this? How do I make this more impactful and how do I make it not just about myself now? So I'm very grateful that I get to do that still today with Jollibee, with all of you. Thank you so much. 10 years later, I'm so grateful that I still get to do my dream. It was years of rejection, and I think that's what's giving me. That's why I don't take it for granted, because I've heard no so many times, and it doesn't hurt anymore, It doesn't. And also, answering the question earlier, sorry ang daldal ko, resilience. Ang ganda kasi ng training grounded dito sa Pilipinas, honestly. Life will put you through a lot of struggles here in the Philippines. Kaya pag lumaban ka internationally, kaya mo na lahat. Kasi mas mahirap ito eh.
Totoo.
Mas mahirap dito. So pag napunta mo doon, marunong kang dumiskarte, marunong kang gumawa ng paraan, kaya mo. Kaya I think yun yung edge ng mga Filipinos.
Dahil dyan,